In the endless expanse of the Orion Arm, where the tapestry of stars wove intricate patterns across the void, there lay a secret, a relic of humanity's long-forgotten martial past. Far from the bustling routes of modern interstellar trade, hidden among drifting nebulae and cosmic dust, the ancient warship, Aurora's Vengeance, rested in eerie silence. Its once proud hull, scarred by countless battles, shimmered beneath the ghostly glow of distant suns, a sleeping titan cradled by the gravitational embrace of a mysterious black hole. For centuries, the warship had slumbered undisturbed, a relic of a bygone era when Earth's ambition reached beyond the confines of its pale blue. Its systems were dormant, its weaponry cold and inert, yet beneath layers of technological frost, there pulsed a latent force, an energy that had waited patiently for a spark to awaken its once vibrant soul. On an unremarkable cycle of cosmic time, as the black hole's shadows danced silently across the starship's surface, an inexplicable surge of energy rippled through space. It began as a faint tremor, a ripple that coiled through the darkness like the breath of an ancient deity. Unseen particles and electromagnetic whispers converged upon the warship, igniting dormant circuits and sending flickers of blue and white light racing along its vast network of conduits. Inside the hull, dormant engines sputtered to life with reluctant groans. In a sudden, breathtaking moment, the silence of eons shattered. The warship's central core pulsed, a heartbeat echoing through the corridors and battle decks, reverberating into the endless night. Sensors, long oblivious to the passage of time, began to blink erratically, as if struggling to comprehend the revival of their master. The hum of power, once only a myth among legends, became a tangible presence, filling every crevice of the massive vessel with an unsettling vitality. As the energy surge reached its climax, ancient alarms, silent for ages, blared into existence, their resonant tones a clarion call that pierced the void. The sound, both mournful and majestic, served as a warning to any who might be lurking in the darkness. Across distant star systems, ripples of shock and curiosity began to spread. The cosmic balance, long maintained by the quiet persistence of forgotten relics, trembled at the prospect of awakening a power that had been dormant for far too long. In that charged moment, as light and shadow waged an ethereal dance around the awakened vessel, the stage was set for a saga that would traverse the corridors of time and space. The reactivation of Aurora's Vengeance was no mere accident. It was a herald of change, a stirring of ancient energies destined to redraw the map of galactic empires. The black hole loomed ominously in the background, its unfathomable gravity a constant reminder of the mysteries that lay at the edge of human understanding. In its dark heart, the secrets of countless cosmic events were buried, and now, with the warship's reawakening, those secrets beckoned once more to be unearthed. Thus began the revival of a legend, a story of ambition, conflict, and the relentless march of destiny. As the warship stirred from its long, silent rest, the universe braced itself for the inevitable collision of ancient legacies and emerging powers, with every star witnessing the birth of a new era. As the luminous echoes of Aurora's Vengeance reverberated through the void, a cascade of signals raced along the intricate networks of human communication. Deep within the orbiting command centers of the unified interstellar fleet, officers scrambled to decode the mysterious transmissions emanating from the long-dormant warship. The initial static and fragmented data were quickly pieced together into a coherent, electrifying narrative, the awakening of a legendary relic, a harbinger of both hope and imminent peril. In the sleek, command line bridge of the flagship Celestial Dawn, Captain Orion Steele stood before a vast holographic map of human space. The display pulsed with iridescent points of light, each representing a distant system now inexplicably drawn into the gravitational drama of the black hole's vicinity. With steely determination etched onto his face, Steele's eyes narrowed as he absorbed the unfolding crisis. Every fiber of his being resonated with the duty to protect his people, to guide them through the uncertain currents of this cosmic anomaly. Around him, his trusted officers exchanged anxious glances, their voices a low murmur beneath the hum of advanced technology. "Captain," One of them reported, voice laced with both awe and concern. The energy readings are off the charts. The warship's core is pulsating as if it were reviving from a century-long slumber. The data glowed ominously on the display, an amalgam of old-world technology and contemporary digital precision. Each pulse served as a reminder of humanity's storied past, a time when valor and sacrifice carved the paths of empires. In that charged atmosphere, every word carried the weight of impending change. The corridors of celestial dawn seemed to vibrate with a shared sense of destiny. Crew members, whose faces were lit by the soft glow of data panels, worked feverishly to interpret the incoming signals. Their collective focus created a symphony of disciplined urgency, a heartbeat in sync with the resurgent power of the awakened warship. Far beyond the confines of human command centers, on distant worlds and aboard scattered vessels, the reactivation sparked a ripple of both dread and anticipation. Families, politicians, and even dissidents held their breath as speculations ran rampant through the networks. Questions of forgotten legacies and reawakened might spread like wildfire. Was this resurgence a relic of bygone battles, or a deliberate message from forces unknown? The ambiguity of the signal stirred emotions and ignited debates across every stratum of human society. Within the calm yet resolute mind of Captain Steele, memories of past campaigns surfaced like ghosts from the deep. The warship, once the pride of a formidable fleet, now embodied both the honor of human history and the enigmatic risks of meddling with forces beyond mortal control. His thoughts drifted to the countless souls lost in the turmoil of ancient wars, their sacrifices now intertwined with the rebirth of Aurora's vengeance. In that solemn reflection, Steele found a renewed resolve, a promise to ensure that such power would be wielded wisely and not become the instrument of humanity's downfall. Amid the controlled chaos of command centers and the palpable tension in every whispered conversation, a single truth emerged. The awakening of the warship was not an isolated incident, but a catalyst that would irrevocably reshape the destiny of human and alien realms alike. Every holographic grid, every data stream, and every anxious heartbeat echoed the realization that the galaxy stood at the threshold of monumental change, a change that could either herald a renaissance or plunge civilizations into strife. Thus, in the cold, unyielding void of space, the initial tremors of a new era began to ripple outwards. Captain Orion Steele, poised at the helm of both legacy and future, braced himself for the turbulent journey ahead, a journey that promised to test the very limits of human spirit and ingenuity, as the echoes of tension gathered momentum and prepared to burst into the cosmic battleground. Deep within the imposing citadel of the ancient alien empire, an atmosphere of calculated menace prevailed. In a vast, dimly lit chamber, lined with towering columns etched with cryptic symbols of power and lineage, Supreme Overlord Zarn studied a holographic display that pulsed with alarming energy readings. The data, transmitted from the far reaches of human space, detailed an event that could alter the fate of galaxies, the unexpected awakening of Aurora's vengeance. Zarn, with eyes that burned like molten obsidian, absorbed the information with an unnerving calm. His visage, a mask of cold determination, betrayed little emotion. Yet beneath that steely exterior lay a mind honed by decades of strategic conquest and ruthless ambition. He recalled the ancient prophecies woven into the fabric of his people's history, prophecies that spoke of a reactivated force capable of shattering the established cosmic order. This was his opportunity to seize power and impose his vision of absolute dominion over the stars. Surrounded by his elite cadre of lieutenants, each chosen for their cunning and unwavering loyalty, Zarn initiated a series of brisk, strategic exchanges. In the shadowy recesses of the council chamber, voices spoke in measured tones. "My lord, the human relic has stirred," one officer reported, his voice echoing slightly off the cold, stone walls. Another added, "Our scouts have confirmed unusual activity near the black hole. It appears the humans have reawakened what many believe to be lost forever." Their words wove together a tapestry of both caution and excitement, as every syllable hinted at the fragile balance of power in the galaxy. Outside the citadel, The alien empire was abuzz with an undercurrent of tension. Fleets maneuvered with silent precision, and intelligence networks buzzed with intercepted communications from human command centers. The strategic imperatives were clear. The reactivation of Aurora's vengeance was an affront to the established order, a dangerous wildcard that threatened to undermine centuries of carefully maintained hegemony. Zarn's advisors argued in hushed urgency over diplomatic channels and military dispatches, each voice contributing to a growing chorus of dissent against the perceived human resurgence. Amid the orchestrated preparations, a subplot of intrigue began to unfurl. Some within Zarn's inner circle harbored doubts about the warship's reawakening. Whispers of ancient technologies and cosmic secrets that defied the conventional wisdom of their empire. These murmurs, however, were swiftly silenced by the Overlord's commanding presence. "There is no room for hesitation," Zarn decreed, his voice a resonant bass that filled the chamber. "This is the moment to strike decisively. Let the humans tremble at the sight of our resolve." Yet even as he orchestrated the grand design for an impending offensive, Zarn's gaze lingered on the holographic display. It was not merely a military asset he saw, but a symbol, a relic of human valor that had inexplicably resurfaced to challenge the order of the cosmos. In that silent acknowledgement, there lay the seeds of a conflict that would soon erupt across the stars, pitting ancient alien ambition against the indomitable will of a people who dared to rise again. Thus, in the cold heart of an empire built on the tenets of control and conquest, the first real signs of a formidable threat emerged. The awakening of Aurora's vengeance was more than a scientific anomaly. It was a clarion call to arms, a provocation that would soon ignite a war of titanic proportions. With calculated resolve, Supreme Overlord Zarn prepared to mobilize his formidable forces, setting in motion a cosmic chess game where every move held the potential to reshape the very fabric of the galaxy. Beneath the calculated urgency of interstellar command centers, the human fleet prepared for a challenge that had transformed into a looming tempest. On the flagship Celestial Dawn, the air was thick with tension and resolve as Captain Orion Steele convened in urgent council in the war room, a space of soft glows and holographic maps that stretched out like the vast expanse of space itself. Around a circular table suspended in midair, senior officers and strategists gathered, their faces etched with determination and the burden of history. The holographic display in the center pulsed with intricate data streams, highlighting the active loci of energy near the ancient warship, Aurora's Vengeance. Every flicker of light was a reminder of the vessel's mysterious revival, a relic that now harbored the potential to reshape the destiny of humanity. Captain Steele, standing at the helm of this strategic convergence, spoke in a tone that combined authoritative command with the warmth of a mentor. "We are not merely facing an awakened machine," he declared, his voice resonating in the confined space, "but the echoes of our past, a call to remember the sacrifices and triumphs that forged our legacy." His words wove together the threads of honor and duty, urging his team to see beyond the tactical maneuvers and to embrace the deeper significance of the moment. Detailed schematics and star maps shimmered in the air as officers debated the risks and rewards of potential actions. Among them, Admiral Lyra Voss, a seasoned veteran whose tactical acumen was matched only by her empathy, laid out a plan to secure critical positions around the black hole's periphery. "Our first priority is to establish communication with Allied fleets scattered across the quadrant," she explained, pointing to key nodes on the hologram. "We must ensure that no human outpost stands alone when this storm breaks." As the meeting progressed, the room became a symphony of brisk exchanges and measured strategies. Tactical analysts relayed real-time sensor readings, which painted a vivid picture of an enemy not yet fully mobilized but brimming with latent menace. Data flickered, revealing the approach of alien scouts and the rapid mobilization of fleet contingents responding to Supreme Overlord Zarn's orders. The stakes were laid bare, a fragile balance teetering on the brink of war, with the reawakened warship acting as both a beacon of hope and a harbinger of conflict. In the midst of these deliberations, Captain Steele's mind wandered momentarily to the faces of his crew, individuals who had weathered countless trials and who now stood, as the bulwark of human resilience. Each officer's voice carried not just the weight of tactical precision, but the shared heartbeat of a civilization poised for an uncertain future. Their resolve was interlaced with silent prayers and memories of loved ones left behind, a testament to the human spirit that refused to yield in the face of cosmic adversity. Outside the confines of celestial dawn, fleets began to coalesce in response to Steele's orders. Fleets of sleek, modern vessels moved in calculated formations, their trajectories converging on the gravitational anomaly that held both promise and peril. The choreography of ships in deep space resembled a cosmic ballet, a dance of light and metal under the watchful gaze of ancient stars. Back in the war room, as the Strategic Council drew to a close, a palpable calm succeeded the fervor of planning. Captain Steele's final remarks were a solemn vow. Let this gathering be the foundation of our defense, a unified stand against the gathering storm. We honor our past by securing our future, and today, we write the next chapter in our shared destiny. His voice, steady and resolute, echoed against the walls, imprinting the mission upon every soul present. With orders dispatched and alliances fortified, the human fleet set its course into the depths of unknown space. The storm was gathering, a convergence of human valor and the cold machinations of alien ambition, and as the stars bore silent witness, the stage was set for the unfolding drama of war. In the shadow of looming interstellar conflict, a covert team was assembled aboard a sleek, unmarked reconnaissance vessel. The ship glided silently through the blackness of space, its course set for an abandoned outpost on a remote, desolate moon. This forgotten station, once a hub of research during humanity's pioneering days, now promised secrets buried under layers of cosmic dust and time. Captain Orion Steele had handpicked his most resourceful crew for this delicate mission. Among them was Lieutenant Mara Quinn, a brilliant engineer with an unyielding curiosity, and Dr. Elias Mercer, a historian turned scientist whose expertise in ancient technologies bordered on the prophetic. Each carried the burden of unspoken questions about the legacy of Aurora's vengeance, questions that this abandoned outpost might finally answer. As the vessel descended onto the barren landscape, its thrusters stirring clouds of silvery dust, the team encountered ruins that echoed with the whispers of a bygone era. Dilapidated laboratories and long-silent data archives lay scattered across the crumbling compound. The walls, etched with faded murals depicting humanity's early leaps into space, seemed to murmur cautionary tales of ambition and hubris. Inside a once grand research hall, the team discovered a hidden vault, a secure chamber sealed with archaic biometric locks and advanced encryption protocols, relics of a time when technology and secrecy intertwined in delicate harmony. Dr. Mercer's hands trembled slightly as he traced the contours of symbols carved into the vault's door, symbols that resonated with a strange, almost otherworldly energy. This, he murmured, is not just a record of our past, but a blueprint for what we might become. His voice, a mix of awe and trepidation, underscored the gravity of their discovery. With careful precision, Lieutenant Quinn bypassed the outdated security systems, her deft fingers dancing across holographic interfaces. As the vault creaked open, a cascade of ancient data cascaded into view, a trove of encrypted files, blueprints, and logs chronicling experimental projects and secret missions long shrouded in silence. Among these relics lay detailed schematics of Aurora's vengeance, its hidden modifications, and the forgotten technologies that powered its formidable arsenal. It became clear that the warship was not merely a relic, but a sophisticated convergence of human innovation and enigmatic, possibly extraterrestrial, influences. The team spent hours poring over the documents, uncovering hints of a deliberate design meant to harness energies far beyond conventional physics, a design that had allowed the warship to lie dormant, only to awaken when the cosmic conditions aligned perfectly. Dr. Mercer theorized that the reactivation was a convergence of engineered destiny and natural phenomena, a rare symbiosis between technology and the mysterious forces at the edge of a black hole's domain. The mood in the vault shifted from cautious wonder to profound realization. The secrets of the past were not just historical curiosities, they were the keys to unlocking the future. Every page turned, every schematic analyzed, reinforced the understanding that the fate of human civilization was intertwined with these long-forgotten innovations. The warship, with its untapped potential, could either serve as a beacon of resurgence or a harbinger of devastation, depending on whose hands wielded its power. In the quiet isolation of that ancient archive, the team encountered the duality of human ambition, the drive to reach the stars, and the perilous costs of that endeavor. Their discoveries hinted at sacrifices made by previous generations, a legacy of valor, ingenuity, and hidden truths that had been sacrificed on the altar of progress. Each document served as a reminder that the past, though cloaked in mystery, was never truly lost. It lingered in the echoes of forgotten ambitions, waiting to shape the destiny of the present. As the team prepared to return to Celestial Dawn, their hearts and minds brimmed with new insights and a rekindled sense of purpose. They carried with them not only the weight of historical revelations, but also the spark of hope, a hope that understanding these secrets could empower humanity to confront the alien threat with wisdom, unity, and a renewed sense of identity. The secrets of the past, now illuminated by the glow of rediscovered knowledge, promised to redefine the coming battles. In the silent corridors of the abandoned outpost, amidst the remnants of human ingenuity, lay the clues that would help transform an ancient relic into the linchpin of a future yet unwritten. Across the expanse of space, as whispers of ancient secrets mingled with the raw tension of imminent battle, the grand cosmic chess game began. Far from the quiet vaults of forgotten outposts, the strategic nerve center of the human fleet buzzed with activity. Captain Orion Steele, ever the master tactician, surveyed the vast digital tableau before him, a living map that illustrated the intricate dance of fleets, satellites, and enemy movements across the starry canvas. In a secured communications chamber aboard Celestial Dawn, Steele and his top strategists, including Admiral Lyra Voss and Lieutenant Commander Jace Rowan, poured over streams of intercepted intelligence. These transmissions, though laced with cryptic code and veiled threats, provided a mosaic of the enemy's maneuvers. Every data packet, every fragment of alien communication, was a move on this interstellar board. With each revelation, the stakes were redrawn, the balance of power teetering precariously between order and chaos. Meanwhile, deep within the command hubs of the alien empire, Supreme Overlord Zarn orchestrated his counteroffensive with ruthless precision. His lieutenants moved like pieces in a grand, silent opera of strategy, each decision calculated to exploit human vulnerabilities and sow dissent within their alliances. Zarn's orders were transmitted through channels that snaked across the void, compelling subordinate commanders to execute maneuvers that blurred the lines between diplomacy and subterfuge. As the two sides advanced their strategies, a series of covert operations unfolded in the shadows. Human intelligence agents, experts in stealth and subversion, infiltrated key enemy outposts. Their mission was not to engage in open combat, but to destabilize the alien command structure from within. In one such operation, a small team piloted a nimble, cloaked fighter through enemy lines, planting disruptive devices that hacked into the alien network and sent disarray among their ranks. The resulting chaos was swift and silent, a well-executed gambit that reverberated back to the alien high command like a ripple in a vast, still pond. Back at Celestial Dawn, the tension mounted with every update. Admiral Voss initiated a rapid series of simulations, using holographic projections to anticipate the enemy's next moves. The simulations revealed an unsettling possibility. The alien empire might be leveraging advanced, experimental technologies to bend the laws of gravity and time, a move that could turn the tide of battle before it truly began. Commander Rowan, eyes fixed on the shifting lines of digital data, noted, "They're playing with forces we've only theorized about. If they succeed, it could shatter our entire defensive grid." Amid this high-stakes atmosphere, strategic dialogues flowed like the currents of a stellar wind. Captain Steele's voice, calm yet imbued with an edge of urgency, cut through the cacophony of tactical chatter. "We must anticipate every angle, every hidden maneuver. Our success depends on outthinking our adversary at every turn." His words resonated with the conviction of a leader who had witnessed the harsh lessons of war and now commanded an arsenal of renewed hope. In a daring move to reclaim the initiative, Steele authorized a bold counterstrike. A wing of elite fighters was dispatched to intercept a critical convoy, believed to be carrying experimental weapons from the alien armada. The ensuing skirmish was a ballet of precision and speed. Missiles streaked like shooting stars against the velvet backdrop of space, while agile craft danced between beams of enemy fire. Each maneuver, each calculated risk, was a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless drive to turn the tide in a cosmic battle. As the hours passed, the interconnected strategies of both empires wove a complex tapestry of conflict. The human fleet, bolstered by their covert successes and the vital intelligence gathered, began to reconfigure their battle lines. They prepared not merely for a confrontation, but for a decisive engagement, a moment when the calculated gambits of strategy and subterfuge would converge into an explosive crescendo. In the midst of these maneuvers, the very fabric of space itself seemed to pulse with anticipation. The holographic maps, alive with dynamic colors and shifting coordinates, became a visual symphony of war, a reminder that in the grand game of interstellar dominance, every move was fraught with peril and possibility. Thus, as the cosmic stage was set for the forthcoming clash, both sides braced for the unraveling of fate. In this intricate dance of deception, strategy, and raw ambition, the Galactic Gambit was underway. A high-stakes contest where the brilliance of human minds met the dark, enigmatic resolve of an ancient empire, and where the future of countless worlds hung in the balance. In the depths of the cosmos, where the shimmering tapestry of stars gave way to the relentless darkness of space, the long-awaited clash erupted with the fury of celestial storms. As fleets of sleek human warships converged upon the designated battlefront, the silence of the void was shattered by the roar of energy cannons and the hum of interstellar engines. At the forefront of this maelstrom, the reawakened Aurora's Vengeance led the human charge, a silent yet formidable colossus blazing a trail through enemy lines. The alien armada, commanded with ruthless precision by Supreme Overlord Zarn, met the human forces head-on. In a breathtaking display of tactical brilliance and raw power, the two sides clashed in an interstellar ballet of light and chaos. Missiles streaked across the darkness like blazing comets, their incandescent trails etching fleeting arcs of fire against the canvas of space. Starships twirled and dove as if choreographed by the unseen hand of fate, each maneuver a high-stakes gambit in a conflict where every decision could tilt the scales of destiny. Amid the chaos, Captain Orion Steele sat in the command chair aboard Celestial Dawn, his eyes fixed on the holographic battle map that flickered with the ebb and flow of combat. His mind raced through strategic possibilities even as the ship rocked with the force of distant explosions. "Maintain formation. Focus our fire on the enemy's flank," he bellowed into the calm, his voice steady despite the pandemonium surrounding him. His orders were precise, his tone resolute, a testament to the seasoned warrior who had weathered countless storms. While the grand battle raged across the void, a more personal conflict unfolded on a vessel isolated by fate. In a narrow corridor aboard a heavily damaged alien flagship, Captain Steele found himself face-to-face with Supreme Overlord Zarn. The corridor, dimly lit by flickering emergency lights, became an arena where the clash of ideologies and wills would be fought not with entire fleets, but with the raw determination of two men destined to collide. Their eyes locked in a moment that stretched into eternity. Steele's gaze was fierce yet measured, reflecting the weight of every decision he had ever made. Zarn's stare was cold and unyielding, a window into a soul forged by ambition and the unrelenting pursuit of dominance. "You dare defy the order of the cosmos?" Zarn's voice, a deep rumble that reverberated off the metal walls, broke the silence. "Your people cling to a relic of the past, blinded by outdated notions of honor and unity." Steele's reply was as swift as it was defiant. "Honor is not a relic. It is the light that guides us through darkness. And unity is the strength that will outlast any tyranny you impose." In that charged exchange, every word carried the echoes of ancient battles, of sacrifices made in the name of freedom and the unyielding spirit of human resilience. The duel that ensued was not one of physical blows alone, but of strategy, wit, and an unwavering commitment to ideals. Amid sparks of energy and bursts of weaponized light, the two adversaries circled each other in a deadly dance. Each parry and counter was a dialogue in itself, a clash not merely of metal and might, but of visions for a galaxy poised on the brink of irrevocable change. Around them, the ship's corridors trembled as the alien vessel suffered under the relentless human assault. The personal duel was a microcosm of the larger conflict, a battle where the future of entire civilizations depended on the outcome of a singular confrontation. In the midst of exploding bulkheads and cascading debris, the confrontation reached its zenith. Steel, fueled by the memories of fallen comrades and the hopes of countless souls, made a decisive move. With a deft maneuver that combined both cunning and courage, he managed to disarm Zarn momentarily. A fleeting victory that resonated like the first notes of a new symphony in a universe otherwise steeped in discord. Yet, the clash was far from over. As reinforcements surged to either side and the cacophony of war reached its apex, both leaders understood that their duel was emblematic of something far greater: the eternal struggle between the old order and the emerging spirit of revolution. The explosion of conflict was not confined to a single corridor or a lone vessel. It was a cosmic declaration that destiny would no longer be dictated by ancient hierarchies, but forged anew in the crucible of shared resolve. Thus, as the great battle raged on and stars bore silent witness to the clash of titans, Captain Steel and Supreme Overlord Zarn continued their fateful engagement, a symbolic and literal battle for the future of the galaxy. Each pulse of energy, each flash of light in the darkness, carried with it the promise of rebirth or the threat of annihilation, setting the stage for a confrontation that would echo across the eons. In the wake of the cataclysmic battle, silence fell over a war-torn galaxy, as if the cosmos itself paused to catch its breath. The remnants of shattered fleets drifted in the void, a stark reminder of the ferocity of the conflict. Amid the swirling debris of fallen starships and spent energy cannons, the human fleet began its painstaking process of reckoning with both victory and loss. On the flagship Celestial Dawn, Captain Orion Steele stood before a vast panoramic viewport, his gaze fixed on the shattered remnants of what was once a formidable alien armada. The expanse of space, punctuated by the remnants of explosive light and drifting wreckage, painted a somber portrait of the cost of ambition. Every fragment, every spark still burning against the darkness, was a testament to the lives and dreams that had been sacrificed on the altar of war. Inside the bridge, quiet conversations replaced the clamor of battle commands. Officers and crew members, their faces etched with fatigue and sorrow, gathered to assess the aftermath. Data screens flickered with incoming reports, statistics of loss, hints of surviving enemy units, and delicate signals of ceasefire negotiations initiated by a few brave diplomats. Amid this flurry of information, the human command was forced to confront the duality of triumph and tragedy. The victory was hard-won, a product of strategic brilliance and unyielding resolve, yet it bore the weight of countless lives lost and futures irreparably altered. Captain Steele, ever the stoic leader, addressed his assembled officers with a voice both gentle and resolute. "We have won a great battle, but the price we paid is etched into the fabric of our history. Let us honor every sacrifice, learn from the sorrow of today, and build a future where such devastation is never repeated." His words, though measured, resonated deeply within the hearts of those who had witnessed the chaos of war firsthand. Across the galaxy, the fallout of the battle rippled outward. On distant planets and in once prosperous systems, survivors began the arduous journey of rebuilding. Communities united under the banner of renewal, drawing strength from the enduring spirit of their ancestors. Memorials were erected in honor of those who had fallen, their names inscribed in the collective memory of a people who refused to let the horrors of war extinguish the light of hope. Back aboard Celestial Dawn, the ship's medics and engineers worked tirelessly to tend to the wounded and salvage vital technology from the wreckage. In quiet moments amid the chaos, personal stories emerged, accounts of bravery, loss, and the indomitable will to persevere. Lieutenant Mara Quinn, her eyes still reflecting the grief of comrades lost, vowed to carry forward the legacy of innovation that had once given birth to the warship itself. Dr. Elias Mercer, now burdened with the weight of history, meticulously cataloged every relic, every piece of data, determined that the lessons of the past would not be forgotten. Even as reconstruction efforts began and tentative peace talks flickered into life, an undercurrent of uncertainty persisted. The enigmatic nature of Aurora's vengeance and its role in the cosmic balance lingered as an unsolved mystery, one that could either be a beacon for future progress or a harbinger of further conflict. Captain Steele's reflective gaze often returned to the dark horizon where the ancient black hole loomed, a reminder that in the vast, unpredictable theater of space, peace was as fragile as the starlight that danced upon the void. In this fragile period of transition, the galaxy learned that victory was not defined solely by the cessation of hostilities, but by the courage to rebuild, to heal, and to transform loss into the foundation for a renewed era of unity. The scars of battle, though indelible, were also the maps of journeys undertaken and the silent oaths of those who vowed to protect the sanctity of life and the promise of tomorrow. As the final embers of conflict faded into the endless night, the legacy of the human spirit, tempered by fire and nourished by hope, shone as brightly as the first light of a new dawn. In the aftermath of destruction, a promise emerged that even in the depths of despair, humanity would rise again, stronger and more united than ever before.